Hi, I'm Greg Wren, Vice President of Product and Brand at International Flooring Co., or as you may know us, IFC. At IFC, we believe our floors' true value isn't realized until they've been installed. Before that moment, before they're selected by a customer, delivered by a trusted retailer, and brought to life by the hands of a skilled professional, they're just boxes filled with potential. That's why we see both our retail partners and flooring installers as a vital part of our IFC brand story. Today, we're on site with CFI certified installer John Steyer, who's going to walk you through a Canyon Signature WPC installation in the real world. So let's get into it. John, take it away.
Thanks, Greg. We're out here in Georgia with IFC, and today we're going to be installing their Canyon Signature WPC in a 3-story cabin remodel. A floor is only as good as what you install it over, so take the time to check for and fix any issues up front. This saves time and helps prevent failures or callbacks. First, we want to open multiple boxes and mix planks as you go to avoid visible repeats and get more natural variation. Dry lay your first few rows to plan seam location and ensure your cuts land cleanly. Measure from the starting wall to the far wall and snap a center line. Then measure from the center line back and calculate to ensure your first row will be at least half a plank wide or greater. Once confirmed, snap a chalk line where your starter row will begin. The rows set the tone for the whole job, so double check everything. Instead of piecing together planks across multiple rows like a puzzle, I set myself up for success by locking in the full starter row using cleats. First, I create cleats from a few planks and screw them down along the starter line. Make sure the groove faces away from the wall so the tongue of your starter row can lock into it. As I'm fastening these cleats, I make sure they will bridge the joints. That holds everything square and keeps the row solid as we build out for the rest of the floor. We'll begin in the far left corner, installing the entire starter row into our cleats. At the very end of the install, we will come back, remove the cleats, and install our first row. Insert the tongue into the groove at a 20 to 30 degree angle and then lock it down flat. Remember to use spacers against all your walls and fixed points. Position your second plank with the end right next to your first plank and then angle the long side into the cleats groove and lock it down flat. Using your tapping block and mallet, we're going to gently tap these ends together until they lock firmly in place. Our third plank will install the same way our second plank did. Put your ends close together, make sure to angle it in, using the cleats as a guide, lock it down, and then tap the end until it's nice and tight. Keep installing planks using the angle tap method, making sure seams are tight and properly seated before moving on. From here, just keep working row by row using the angle tap method. Keep pulling from multiple boxes, check your staggers regularly, and avoid any visible pattern repeats. The final row might seem straightforward, but it still deserves your full attention. I recommend dry fitting the entire row before making any cuts. This lets you check how square your wall is and make any necessary adjustments. If your wall is uneven, and trust me, most walls are, trace the contour of the wall onto your planks using a scribing tool or a compass. Cut carefully, test the fit again, and then lock it in using a pull bar and a mallet to avoid damaging the plank edges. Now that the rest of the floor is installed, we will go back to the first wall where we attach cleats and remove them. Once the cleats are gone, we can measure and install the first row. Just like with the last row, I recommend dry fitting the planks here as well. Once cut, lock each plank carefully. Use spacers at the wall and pull bar to tap the row tightly into place without damaging the locking mechanism. This will give you a clean, solid finish on both ends of the room. If you want a copy of this complete tool list or to view IFC's installation instructions, click the link below. Thanks for following along on this professional install. I hope it gives you the clarity and confidence to take on your next job, and happy installing.